What's going on, guys? This is Nikki.
And Miles.
This is the Moto Minded Podcast. It has been a few clicks since we've talked to you guys last, and we're gonna get into all the reasonings behind that. We've got a lot of exciting stuff to go over with you guys today.
So much stuff.
So much stuff.
So much stuff.
All the stuffs. But I'm here with Miles. We're chilling. How have you been, good sir?
Oh, dude, just living the dream. You know, it's almost summertime up here in Seattle, so really, really nice weather.
Gonna be a nice, really warm 65, or like what's the
balmy 68?
Balmy 68.
Nice and toasty up here.
Gonna get to be that time of year where you're complaining about how hot it is and I'm complaining about how hot it is, but they're very different things.
Very different levels of hot. You adapt quickly, though. I'll be honest with you. Coming from Sacramento, I thought I could take the 90s and 100s, but I am no longer built for that.
Yeah. No, you get out of being used to that pretty quick. I'd assume.
2 days.
2 days it took. A whole 2 days. So you're also in the midst of like a major remodel on your house. So you're having to pretend to know how to do a lot of things. A lot of YouTube watchings of how to do XYZ.
Yeah, a lot of homeowner construction going on. The basement, aka my podcast studio, is under renovation. That's why I have this sweet digital background going on right now. I'm in the normal house, but it's going to be sick when it's done.
Nice. So that's been taking up most of your time.
That's right. For the fans. Again, apologies.
For the fans.
But we're almost done. Back to podcast at the normal ratios. So
good deal. People are going to want to see that creepy space down there. So I hope you're going to add back in a little bit of creepiness.
Totally. I'm a little bummed we didn't have the video set up prior to my creepy basement, because that would have really set the vibe.
Totally. There'd be a lot more contrast going on. So let's jump into some of those details. So what Miles had mentioned, we've got, been just putting a ton of work into the podcast studio space that is inside the Moto delivered facility. And
can I say, Nick, you are looking professional as hell in this.
I got the lights on me and everything. We're kind of testing out some of the gear today. And a lot of the reasoning for this is just to bring more value to this podcast. We want to have, we've been limited because of all this COVID stuff to just doing Zoom interviews. And that's not the end goal for us. We really want to bring in some in-person guests, because I think the conversation is just better. Not that our conversations haven't been amazing up until this point.
Well, it's just even more of if they're this good on Zoom.
Yeah, you just wait.
I can't even imagine.
You just wait. So that's been a lot of what's been going into, a lot of our energy has been put into that. So coming up with these episodes, like I had mentioned before, I don't want to put out a half-ass episode. I don't want to put out, just filler. I think it's kind of pointless. So we put a lot of work into this space just to get it to where we can really pump out episodes and hopefully get to the point to where we can do weekly episodes, because that's always been the goal. We've just had, some hurdles along the way. And we're finally getting to the point to where we can really, really do this thing. So
do it big.
Appreciate your guys' patience, because I had 6 shots of Patron before the show. Yep. Apparently, didn't know it, but I did. So that's that. I wanted to just kind of go over those details in addition to just, I'm speaking on some new gear here. We've got multiple cameras, and the big purpose for that is to get this available on YouTube as well. So some people like listening just on, whether it's Apple Podcasts or it's Spotify or wherever you're listening to this. That is cool. This is still going to keep going on those platforms. But for people that want the video content, we're going to have all of this stuff uploaded onto the Moto Delivered YouTube channel. So we will have every episode with, little segments and all kinds of good stuff on that YouTube channel. So
also, if for those the frequent listeners, you've heard us make fun of my friend Brandon before.
Yes,
because he says he's a really good friend of mine, but then he doesn't listen to the podcast. And his excuse has actually been that he listens to podcasts on YouTube. First off, doesn't make sense when you say it like that.
Yeah.
Because it's video. Anyways, so now he has no excuse. So
this is basically all just for Brandon. Like this mostly
100%.
He's not really listening and probably doesn't care all that much, but does care enough to mention that if we were to put it on YouTube.
And now he has no excuse. And also he always threatens me. He goes like, Miles, I'm going to pull your Moto card, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, wow. I'm the one talking on this Moto podcast. You don't even listen to it,
Yeah.
So it's just like,
who's really dedicated?
So I just want all the fans to know out there. I know you guys are on my side of this argument.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to make sure you guys are up to speed on the Brandon debate.
They all got your back. They got your back.
Thanks, guys.
And so one of the things I wanted to mention here, very exciting news. We're going to do a giveaway in partnership with Moto Delivered. We are going to give away one of their Moto Delivered subscription boxes.
What?
Ding, ding, ding. Absolutely free for new subscribers on the YouTube channel. So as soon as this episode goes live, we're going to start tracking who is subscribing to that YouTube channel. We're going to pick a winner. And then on, I think our next episode, we will announce who's the winner. So, I mean, easy stuff, guys. Just go subscribe to that YouTube channel.
So easy.
And we're going to pick a winner. And your chances are pretty good of winning.
I mean, thousands of listeners, but it's still pretty good odds.
Exactly.
Get in early, guys.
Hundreds of millions of listeners, but you could be the winner.
Yeah. This is your shot.
Not inflating the numbers at all, you guys.
Next week, the week after that, the number's going to be so massive, you won't have a chance to win.
But you want to get in now. You want to get in now.
This is your best opportunity to win.
Yeah. So, pro tip, get on it, you guys. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. It's just youtube.com/Moto DLVRD. That's where all the content's going. You're going to want to subscribe anyway, because there's a lot of cool stuff on there. They do, I say they, it's we, it's my business, but we do product breakdowns on there. We do unboxings. We do all kinds of stuff, event coverage. We go to moto races. It's a cool channel. So check it out, guys. Subscribe, win a box. It's free. Easy peasy. Next thing I wanted to chit chat about is we've got some very cool guests. So in the vein of like why we were doing this, like we want to get people in here, but I also don't want to bring them into, you know what I mean? Like a closet in my house and say, hey, come over to the closet in my house and we'll do this interview. So now that we've got this legitimate space, very creepy, very creepy and not legitimate whatsoever. So we've got the space now. We've got the studio. We've got two guests I wanted to mention. Very exciting guests. Excited to have these guys on there. One, the first guy here, Keith Knight, local ex-professional rider. We're going to dive into a very cool subject. We're going to be talking about exactly how difficult it is to become a pro. He got his pro card. I've seen this dude. He would rip your legs off how fast this guy goes. Like it's stunning, but he has some real insight on what that leap is like. Let's say you're the fastest dude at your local track, whatever. That step up to the pros is insane.
It's a big, big step.
It's huge. And so I thought he could bring a lot of knowledge, just how dramatic that leap is, like how much more power do these guys bring to the table? Like how much are their bikes dialed? Like how difficult is it? Like, let's talk about it. So we've got that episode lined up with Keith. He's coming in here next week. We're going to chat with him. And we've also got someone in the health realm, Derek Teal. He's a very well-respected in the bicycle industry. He is a pro mountain bike rider, ex-pro. He's mainly focused on his business at this point, but he's got a lot of like bike-specific fitness training and nutrition tips. He's got a company called Dialed Health. Ask anybody who's a mountain bike rider or a road cyclist or whoever about Dialed Health. They'll know all about him. So he's going to give us some real big tips as far as like what's some realistic training that you could utilize to up your game. Because I don't know about you guys. I ride the bike, I load it up, you know what I mean? Eat the burrito on the way home. There's stuff you could be doing to get a leg up on the dude next to you on the gate at your local race. So yeah, I mean, what do you think about that, Miles? It's like like a cheat code, you know what I mean?
I feel like the burrito is a key part of Moto nutrition though.
Keep in mind, I was not trying to bash the burrito. Like that's essential. I'm just saying I'm not like doing stretches before. I'm not doing the work on the days off.
Yes.
Burrito is like
you can't eat burrito 7 days a week.
I mean, you could.
4
days.
4 days.
And these are the really good questions we need to have for him. Like how many burritos?
How many burritos is too many burritos? That's I need to know because I feel like based on my current weight, I'm having too many burritos. I would say I'm on that side of the line here. But I need a professional opinion, and there's only one guy I trust.
Yeah, and he's also a specimen. Like this guy looks like a superhero. So he's got a lot of knowledge, but our goal here with this conversation is to bring about some knowledge it's bite-sized. It's something that you can do that's going to you got to start small. You know what I mean? Totally. And I think all of us think that we could just up and, get off work on Friday and just like hop on the bike and be good to go and like no, working out in the week or not like doing anything to try to help ourselves. But if you do those little things and they start adding up, it'll start giving you a leg up. You might be able to break down some of that soreness. You might be able to hang on to the bike a little bit longer or have better body positioning. Or if you strengthen your core, there's all kinds of like little things I'm sure he's going to cue us in on. So that'll be the following interview. Derek Teal, very cool guy. At least from what I've gathered so far, he's a mutual friend. We've got some mutual friends. And so I'm excited about that one for sure.
So excited.
And some others to be named in the future. But now that we've got this space, we're gonna hammer it, guys. So those two guests are locked and loaded. So keep an ear out for that. Those are going to be coming out in the next few weeks. And then, that's all I got to chat about the new space. I did want us to kind of go over some just like general Moto stuff that's been going on. If you're down for it,
I'm always down. It's been a while.
You're down to clown.
Let's do this thing.
So, couple things I wanted to discuss that have been happening in the Moto world. There's always something. There's always some drama. There's always some gnarliness going on in the sport. And I think the first one here is that McAdoo crash.
Oof.
Was very difficult to watch. And I'm remarkably surprised he's not paralyzed.
So impressive. I think this is one of those things too. Like the crash is part of it, but it's more so like the fable, the storyline. Like this is one of those things that like some dude 4 years down the line is like comes over, busts out the 12-pack of Bud Lights. Like, remember that one time McAdoo did that cartwheel thing and then finished third? Like, it was just like to do that and then, first of all, be allowed to continue racing, survive it, and just keep going was just cool story and just such a
he's going to be respected for
move.
So long.
Oh, dude. Yeah, he can quit right now. Still have people remember his name because of that moment.
It's wild that he was able to just keep going. I mean, I don't know. Like watching it, it was almost like, you know how they say that people that, and this is by no means promoting this type of activity, but they say that like drunk drivers, when they get in car accidents, they're fine because their bodies are just completely relaxed and like limp. That's what it looked like. It was like someone was spit from a car and just like, I don't know. I've never seen anything.
Yeah, it kind of looked like almost a freestyle trick where he locked his feet underneath the pegs somehow because he looked like he was like trying to eject, arms straight up, like I'm ready to go, let me go. But then his feet were somehow hooked underneath the pegs for a sweet front flip no hander.
Now that he's okay, do you think someone's gonna like do a video edit of that where he's like flying through the sky? You know, like how people do those things.
Yeah, I'm glad he's okay, because if not, this would be a really messed up conversation.
It
But
would be a
because he's
terrible
fine,
conversation.
it's totally chill that we
Totally
talk
fine.
about his probable concussion and front flip move.
Yeah. So thank goodness he's okay. Let's just say that.
I also want to know that the visual I got when he was going on is, I don't remember if you remember that, like, that Trials bike computer game from like the early 2000s, late 1990s, where it's like,
yes.
you hit forward back on the keys, and then like if you go too far, then the hands come off, and then it's like
very rudimentary game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some imagery. I still can't. I'm googling hard over here, but
We're gonna try to find it, guys. We'll post it on social if we find it. But that game was very addicting. But yes, his body resembled kind of the ragdoll nature.
I feel like if we did that and then Photoshop McAdoo onto the bike, I think that would be a good visual for people.
I think that would resonate with a very specific age group.
A very specific age group, which is most of our listeners, I think.
Young kids are like, they made games like that? It's just so bad. It's like a white background with like some lines and
desktop on a
we
desktop.
played for so long too. I remember you just play for days.
Dude, it was such a bad game. Too.
Never got boring. That's how bad games were back then, though.
Yeah, that was our life.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, good thing McAdoo walked away from that one. Straight up Gumby was my note about that. He looked like his body was made of just, gelatinous.
Yep.
Next note here, the straight up lit kit on Stewart.
Oof.
The Lakers 7 gear.
Hot.
I was floored. Absolutely floored. The sickest kit. And the closest basketball team to where I am would be Sacramento Kings. So like we grew up as like Kings fans. And of course, nobody wants, nobody likes the Lakers here in Sacramento. It's like, no. I didn't care. I was like, give me that. Give me the whole thing. I want it. They just do such a good job. That 7 stuff is so clean.
I've always thought the purple yellow motocross combination has been underrated. Think of this. Strong. Remember Grandpa's bike back in the day, the Suzuki?
Yeah, was that like
late 80s or might have been, no, it was probably early 90s actually.
Yeah, early 90s Suzuki's had that purple seat and
kind of
the
like
yellow
a
plastic.
leopard-ish seat print.
Yeah, it's like a neon leopard situation.
Yeah, and so that's, I think, the inspiration. That's probably where the Lakers got it from.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, that makes the most sense. But yeah, I was
timeline doesn't really work out, but yeah,
I was getting those vibes when I saw that outfit, as more than I was Lakers, because I think it's just because I dislike the Lakers so much. But yeah, very hot.
Very need to get my hands on some of that. Yeah, very lit. If he didn't win the lit
readily available kit, or is this a special edition? I'm assuming
I should know that. It's probably a limited release situation.
Well,
but I'd get on it if they have it available, because that's going to be gone in minutes.
100%.
Especially because so many riders are from the LA area. I mean, come on.
True. So
true.
true.
You ain't telling me not all of them are going to want that.
All of them.
Every last one. Okay. And then I guess in the same situation, since we're talking about 7, Axel Hodges, we're always talking about Axel Hodges because he is insane.
Yep.
He's mentally insane.
Yep.
He can jump a bike like I've never seen. And if I saw it in person, I'd probably crap myself just standing on the ground, watching him do some of the things he does. So he leaves 7. He's not part of the 7 group anymore. He's not riding 7 gear anymore. And it looks like he's starting his own gear
I saw
company.
Like the Axel logo, and I just assumed that was a 7 thing. But then in review, now that you said this, I looked and there's no 7 logos.
No, he's done.
Do we know the background?
So it sounds like, I listened to some other podcasts and they've kind of talked about some of this stuff where he has so much value in his own name. They're thinking like he probably just wised up and decided like, oh, I could just make my own gear and be in control of more of that. Ducats. I'm sure there's a ducat question there. Like he's trying to make that Skrilla. So
very true.
if you make your own gear, you can make a lot more money, but a lot of riders don't have that ability because have such crazy schedules. But Axel, I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, I'm sure he rides all the time, and he probably rides as much as a lot of pros, but he could probably make it happen. You know what I mean? So
yeah, do you think he's doing it as like a white label type of situation where it's like he found some, like, let's say O'Neill as an example, goes to O'Neill, be like, hey, I'll pay you cost for cost plus whatever for the gear. Just know none of your logos on it. Or is he just going, you think he's like making
I doubt that.
Fabric connection. That seems like that's a lot. That's a lot of work.
He's spending a lot of his year in Japan and China talking with manufacturers over there. I don't think that's happening. Probably not. He might have some sort of white label situation with one of the bigger brands, but it'll be cool to see because a lot of his stuff, I mean, it's pretty loud. It's super colorful and
very true,
fun and youthful. Listen to me. Am I 90 years old?
He's got them. It's a lot of bright colors.
These whippersnappers just really love his youthful gear. His fun and colorful gear. And what is going on? I am 1,000. I'm 1,000. Good Lord. I need to do something young,
very youthful
real quick.
Episode. Yeah, we gotta.
We need to have a wild
weekend.
You
need nutrition to make sure you can still ride at this bitter age.
Metamucil is our sponsor.
Sensodine's our new signature sponsored here.
Oh, help me. Ay. Well, that's just some of the general moto stuff that I had talked about and had seen going on in the sport that caught my eye.
Yeah,
and wanted to chit chat with you about. So
well, it was a pleasure, and I think I'm speak for the audience here because I'm the voice of the audience. They like the updates. They want to know what's going on, and that's what this episode is all about.
Yeah,
keeping you up to date, technical advancements, what we're keeping our eye on, upcoming guests, the hot goss.
Yeah, we didn't want to leave you guys high and dry. It's been, I don't know how many weeks it's been. Too many. But wanted to give you guys a little insight into what's happening here and not make you think that we've completely given up on life, because that's not what's happening. Quite the contrary. We're just trying to level up and get on another level so that we can bring just the hotness to you guys. We want to when the pro races are coming through town, let's get some pros in here. Let's, show how little we know about moto to them.
Yes.
Because it would be fun and funny and entertaining.
Yes.
So we want to get some big names up in here, and making this studio spot was all part of that. So we've been painting. We've been putting up sound deadening stuff. We got lighting in here. We got cameras. We got blap, blap, blap.
All the blaps.
Blaps. And if we can get some other sponsors to join this, we get some just action going on, maybe get some monster girls in here. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know yet. I don't know what's in the cards. Dan Blazarian might come on.
That's what they really want. Now we're getting young again.
Okay, we're back. So it's all part of the deal. Appreciate you guys being patient and just staying tuned. We're going to keep bringing the heat.
That's all we do.
We've just been having to make some moves, make some money moves.
That's right.
That's a young person thing, right? That's what young people say.
I believe it's get the bag, secure the bag.
Oh, secure the bag. We have to secure our bags
We do not have the bags currently. We're working to secure them for you as the listener.
Exactly. Bags. Sponsor this episode. Oh, yeah. So anywho, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Like I said, we've got Keith Knight up next on the pod. He's coming in next week. We're going to get wild. We might even share a beer or two in the studio. So get real adult with it. And just get the 2 cents on what it's like to make that jump to the pro ranks. Something that I will never experience. So, and I don't think you will either, Miles.
I don't know.
Not to burst your bubble.
I'm thinking the professionals, depending on how you think about it, but like that 60 plus class, I got like 30 years to prep.
You got your eyes on that. That's where long game.
Yeah, I'm working on I'm going to get with our mountain bike nutritionist guy. I'm going to cut down the burritos, and I'm not 10 years out. I'm not 20 years out, but I think 30 years.
30 years
of dedication. And the other dudes that have been racing this whole time, their bodies will be breaking down, but I'm staying fresh.
Totally. So you're thinking like pro local, 60 plus pro.
I'll do nationwide. Gotcha. I mean, there's probably only a few events where that they have those circuits, but like if I ride twice a year for the next 20 years, and then in that 60 range, I'm cardiovascularly ready for it.
You're really going to hit it.
But that's when I start getting...
You'll be down to one burrito a week.
I'll be down to one burrito a week at that point. I'll be at the peak of my cardiovascular health, and then I get saddle time age 60.
Exact. I get it. I love it. I'm for it.
The knees will be
and
fresh.
Maybe I'll be there too. We'll run a brother team.
I mean, kind of hoping for... I'm trying to reduce the number of competitors. That's what this whole strategy is about, but we'll talk...
I didn't say you could do it, but thank you for being interested.
This is kind of more my thing. The game is Elastomania, dude. That's the name of the video game.
Did that just come to you randomly?
Dude, I've been Googling this whole time, dude. That's this job.
Guys, Elastomania. We're coming up. We gotta make the Elastomania the GIF or something,
dude, It's it, dude. Here, let me share the screen, dude. You're gonna see it right now, and you're gonna share this picture, and people are gonna love it.
Let's see. Everybody check it.
Tell me that's not it.
Ooh, here it is.
That's not it.
That is it. And then are you able to play it online?
I don't know if it's still live, dude, but this is McAdoo.
Yes.
McAdoo is playing Elastomania, dude.
He's on an Elastomania level.
Elastomania, dude. That's him.
This is a video too. Okay. Oh boy.
Anywho, this is what's gonna happen.
Yes. Okay, guys. This is the hard hitting stuff we're talking about.
So excited.
All right. So you guys, we will be back with that interview. Thank you so much again for tuning in. We've got the studio. We're gonna get some video content up. Stuff is moving. Stuff is grooving. We're getting big, baby. We're getting big, and we're just gonna keep this thing cruising. So again, you guys, this show is brought to you by Moto Delivered, the monthly subscription box for those who ride. Again, don't forget to get on that YouTube, subscribe, and get yourself a free box. Just gonna send it to you for free. All kinds of goodies. And top secret, next month they're featuring FMF Vision. What? You guys, the goggles. What? This is sick. And there's going to be more stuff in there. So you guys subscribe to that. We're going to be putting tons of stuff on there, and check it all out. Again, thank you guys so much for listening. And until next time, check you later.